Because of apathy and the business of life, we have neglected what was happening in our government. And we were slightly more trusting of a government who did not deserve our trust. We let our guard down. I say no more to this. Our eyes have been opened by this administration, and we are fighting mad. Are you fighting mad out there? We have finally awakened from our slumber of apathy. Thank goodness. We have a proposed health care plan that is entirely too expensive, very poorly written, and very ungodly. Our voice has been heard all across the United States with a resounding no. Our president says he will look more closely at this. Do you believe him? No! I don't either. Folks, we are talking $1 trillion. That's a lot of money. There are 4 major flaws in this proposal. Centralized regulation, employer mandates, individual mandates, and taken together individually, these flaws would inflict serious damage on an industry that represents 1/6 of our nation's economy. Policymakers need to proceed slowly and deliberately.
Yes.
We have been clear in our mandate, and we do not want this health care plan as written, and we want government out of our lives. Thank you. Can you name one government-sponsored program that has been successful other than the VA? Look at the U.S. Post Office, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and Cash for Clunkers. All of these programs and many more are broke. They are broken. That is 100% failure rate, and the government wants us to trust them with our health care? No! Absolutely no way.
How many would like to have some jobs back? How many of you are tired of seeing product imported from Canada and China? How many of you believe that everything that we use each and every day in the United States of America has something that has come from Mother Earth? Your food, your fuel, your trees, your house materials, your plumbing supplies, your cars, everything at one point in time came from the earth. What gives these special interest preservation groups the right to take away our resources that are in our backyard, and we're starving our communities to death? Is that wrong, or is that wrong? How many of you realize how many jobs have been lost in the last 5 years in the timber resources industry in Western Oregon? Would you believe 55,000? 55,000 jobs have been lost in the timber industry. What is the spider web effect of that industry going away from us? And what have we done, or what are they doing to replace it? Absolutely nothing. Total jobs lost in Oregon, by the way, through this legislative session in 2009, I want you to know, were 108,000. We lost 108,000 jobs in Oregon. Guess how many jobs were increased in state government? They had an increase of 6% in the jobs at state government. What do you say? Is this the United States of America that you guys thought that we lived in? Is this the country that you want to take back? Do you have people that will stand up and fight with Americans for Prosperity and Southern Oregon Resource Alliance and try and get our jobs back? You know, I feel sorry for some of the farmers. I've been in the real estate business for 31 years in Josephine County, and I've watched our farms evaporate. Why are they evaporating? They're evaporating because you got special interest preservation groups that are out there saying, we don't think that the beneficial use of the water should go onto your farm to produce a food product that's going to feed mankind. No, we think that the water deserves to stay in the stream, go out to the ocean, so that the Russian trawlers can catch the fish in the 200-mile limit. What do you guys think about that? Do you want access to your federal lands? Do you want the federal government to keep closing roads so you have no more access on your quote-unquote public lands? What are we going to do about it? Fight! 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 Fight!
There's been a disturbing proposal that has come from, ironically, some within the Tea Party movement. There's been a call for a constitutional convention. I highly suggest you educate yourself on this issue. They claim that a constitutional convention is needed to get the federal government back under control. But if a convention is called, there would be no way of controlling what it might or might not do. It is entirely possible that we would end up with a new constitution. Considering the makeup of our current administration and their total disregard for anything constitutional, do we really trust them to write a new constitution? No! The real problem is that all three branches of our federal government do not adhere to the Constitution as it was intended by our founding fathers. We need to be vigilant and oppose any effort to remake our Constitution. And we need to make sure that the entire Tea Party movement is not hijacked from within. We have a perfectly good Constitution already. We just need to force our leaders to adhere to it. In closing, I want to say this. Stay informed, stay active, and don't be discouraged by the negative press. And here is one final quote to remember. Our nation did not become great because of what government did. It became great because of what government was prevented from doing. Thank you.
What we're proposing here today, and we've been talking about, are some ballot initiatives where we can exercise our right to vote. In particular, we look at ballot initiative 301 that proposes to raise income taxes in the state of Oregon, raising taxes at exactly the wrong time. Furthermore, if you read this bill carefully, embedded in it is class welfare, where we're going to single out particular citizens and punish them for being successful. I say today to Salem, no on personal income taxes. Next, I say Resolution 302 that proposes to increase business taxes. Salem, we don't need to punish our businesses at this economic time. Salem, say no to 302. Next, I say on Initiative 303, we have a very great healthcare system, not only in Oregon, but throughout the United States. Let's say to Salem, don't tax our healthcare system anymore. Lastly, for Initiative 304, we pay enough gasoline taxes today. We are a great state, the state of Oregon. We have great systems for our commerce. We don't need higher taxes.
That's right.
Salem, we're saying no to all four of your ideas. Lastly, my conservative values tell me to say to Washington, Washington, stop spending more money than you're bringing in. Stop creating deficits. Stop burdening our children with your poor ideas. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a conservative, I'm proud of it, and I'm proud to be here today. Thank you.
Citizen participation is essential to our republic, but sometimes it's difficult to know how to get involved. Prior to going to the Grants Pass Tea Party last April 15th, I had spent years reading and studying free market economics and limited government philosophy. There was always a question for me as how best to put this knowledge to work. The rally itself was exciting for us, and we could see that here were some folks we could identify with. After reading the literature, we decided to try an AFP meeting, and since then, we have never looked back. The group was just what we had been hoping to get involved with. They are positive, practical in their expectations, unwavering in principle, and interesting. Everybody counts in this organization. Town hall meetings are a staple of American politics. Are they effective? We need look no further than last month for our answer. Public meetings in towns all across the country shocked congressional members by utterly rejecting their vision of so-called health care reform.
Yes.
If they persist in ignoring us, we will send them packing in 2010. In Grants Pass, town hall meetings are held every month on the fourth Wednesday at Ann Basker Auditorium at 6 p.m. Show up, stand up, speak up. Ladies and gentlemen, the cavalry is not coming. We are the cavalry.
Yes.
Americans for Prosperity is a national grassroots organization that supports limited government, limited taxes, limited fees, limited regulations. But we won't limit you or your desire to make a positive difference in your community, your state, or this great country that we proudly call home.
The only way you're going to bring this country around is to get involved like you do here today, all across the country. And we have to vote the bums out, whether they're on the left or the right, because one thing I like about Jack here, he's not a Republican or a Democrat. He believes in America. And we believe in America. And let me tell you something about America, because I came here in 1959. I was 15 years old when I came here. What impressed me about America is that here you can be whatever you want to be, as long as you're honest and you want to work hard. In a communist country that I came from, government told you what you're going to be. If you can't just choose one profession and decide, well, 3 years later you're going to decide to switch into another profession, you can't do that. Government controls everything. And remember, communism is more dangerous than fascism because they hide their agenda behind love. It's for the children. It's for the seniors. And we want to take care of you from cradle to grave. And what they really want to do is they skim the cream off the top and give you 1% milk. That's to them taking care of you, and you fund it all. And the only way we're going to bring America around is for you to wake up and don't elect the same scoundrels in office. And remember, just because the guy's got 500 signs all over the place, that doesn't make him good. So don't vote for a person with the most signs. Vote for a person who's got a character, who stands for something, and asks tough questions to make sure you understand who you're voting for before you vote. Thank you very much. And God bless America.
In the past 8 months, we have had government take over the control of our banking industry. We have had government take over the control of the automotive industry. We have had government take over the control of the energy industry, and right now they're trying to take over control of the healthcare industry. What socialism is all about, by definition, it is the control of production, control of the natural resources, control of the labor that converts those resources into production. And with the control, it is also the distribution of the rewards. And we have had it all in the last 8 months out of Washington. If we want our country back, we have to be prepared to make the American Revolution stick. And they can take the new revolution and take it away. Thank you all, and thank you for coming.
God bless America.